Let's start with Maddie, of course. The big shot. It seems like I think I heard you talking. She kind of embraces those big moments. What can you say about how clutch she's been this year as one of the veterans of the group?
We've had several games this year where the shot clock has been waning down, not the end of the game, but shot clock waning down. And Maddie will have the ball in her hands, and at the last minute, she gives the ball up to a teammate. And we've corrected her over and over, like in that moment, like want the ball, go make a play. And so I was so proud of her, like when we needed her to make a play in our game on Saturday, she did it, you know. But I will say I was kind of holding my breath because of what she has been doing throughout the course of the year. I was like, don't pass it, don't pass it. And so I was so proud of her, and you could tell after the game she's practiced her posturing. She knew like what to do when you hit the game winner, and so I was just proud of Maddie. I mean, she's just such a great team player. She's all about our team being successful, and so that was a cool moment for her to be able to have the ball in her hands and finish that play for the win.
To be able to come back after Thursday against Sam Houston, and really a hard-fought game this past weekend, close to having, I think you were down 4 with under 2 minutes to go. To be able to come back and get that win, especially in the fashion that you did, how big was that for your guys?
We were so disappointed in the way we played Wednesday at Sam Houston, and what our team has done this year, though, we really haven't lost very many games, but after our losses, they have responded so well, just very positively. They've come back to work and just really gotten after it in practice, and that's what they did after we came home from Sam. Sam Houston and Central play very similarly as far as man defense, and so we were able to correct some errors that we had made Wednesday, and I thought our players responded really well in the game on Saturday. You know that Central's going to be really tough on the defensive end and make you grind it out before you can get a shot off, and our players were pretty patient, and we worked for good shots. It might have been one of our better defensive efforts of the year. We try to kind of pack it in and keep the ball out of the paint, and our players did a nice job just following through with that game plan. So I was just overall pleased with how the whole group responded. And when we got down in the fourth quarter, we still looked to execute, and our players looked for their shots. Anna McLeod hit a big shot. Alice Stevenson hit a big shot. And then, of course, Maddie's at the end was huge. So I really credit our players for just keeping their composure in a really close ball game.
Wednesday this week, even if you guys aren't going to say it, I think we'll all say probably biggest home game of the year for both you guys. SFA is great every year, but this year just blowing everybody out in conference. What is the feeling going into this game that's probably as big as they come this year?
SFA is undefeated in conference play right now. They're playing really well. They really didn't lose anything from their team last year, and they were really good last year too. So they're the veteran squad in the conference, and they're playing like it right now. They're playing with a lot of confidence. So our players have got to really embrace our game plan today and our keys to the game as we have a couple of days to prepare for that game. But it'll be a big game. We've had some good rival matchups with SFA, and so we're looking forward to it. I think our players will be locked in the next few days to learn what we need to do. We're going to present a plan that we feel like will be successful against them on Wednesday, and I think our players will be locked in and ready to go.
Kind of echoing some of those points. First of all, with a grinding win like what you guys just got, how does that help motivation-wise and I guess momentum-wise for this team moving forward?
Yeah, we're playing a little bit shorthanded right now, and so we're trying to figure out, how to manufacture a few more points and get defensive stops too. And our players are just doing a great job with that. We've all been adapting to changes and distractions and things like that for almost a year now, and our players are no exception. I'm just proud of the way they lock into, what we're asking them to do. They're believing in our system, believing in each other, and so we're just looking forward to the matchup on Wednesday.
For as rough as these past, 10 months have been, they've been kind of flying by lately.
Yeah.
And so to get to this point, kind of what would you say is the identity of your team, kind of looking at these past couple games especially?
Man, that is a good question. I think this is a team that really loves each other. Close-knit group, great team chemistry. We've gone through some adversity together that no other teams that I've ever coached have gone through, just different things that we're all experiencing together. But through the obstacles we've had, it seems to just kind of force us all to love each other more and take care of each other as a team. And so I would say this team is probably one of the closest knit groups that we've had at ACU, and it's really fun to coach them and just fun to see them encourage one another and love on each other every day. And, I think that's why we've had the success we've had this season.
And the last one, SFA, we've already talked about their accolades, but to think about the fact this might be even a preview of seeing them again in an even bigger matchup, obviously, when it gets to tournament time, kind of how does that look for you guys mentally when you look at this game?
Yeah, we approach all of our games just one game at a time and don't look beyond that. But obviously, we know that SFA is preseason favorite, and they've been taking care of business. They're undefeated in conference play up to this point, and so it's going to take a great group effort of us being mentally and physically prepared for the matchup on Wednesday.
Going into this week, Michaela's still been a little banged up. What's her status going into this week? How's her recovery?
We're not sure. Yeah, it's uncertain.
Going again back to the SFA matchup, they're coming off their closest win in the conference play, and you call it closest, a 30-point win against UIW. Now, when you go into this game Wednesday, what are a couple things that you want to see executed out on the court near to perfection?
Yeah, we've got to do a great job taking care of the basketball. They get on runs because they force turnovers and get uncontested shots. And so a big emphasis is just take care of the ball, read the defense, execute our offense without careless turnovers. And secondly is we've got to keep them from getting second and third possessions off offensive rebounds. So their transition game is really good. They're really good at offensive rebounding. And so if we can try to control those two parts of the game, I think we can keep this a pretty close ball game on Wednesday.